So last Thursday I had an interesting experience. My father sent me a Facebook message about going strawberry picking for a job at Woods Nursery. So I went. I had to stay at my father's house. It was kind of a long drive there to Woods' nursery, and it was pouring fucking rain. The black flies and mosquitoes are really, really bad. But anyway, I went anyway, and I got there. There's this cold lady there, and she kind of just said, "Okay, go over there and pick berries." Like, she didn't really give me much instruction. So I went over to the field, and there's this really cool half black kid with the greatest freaking afro I've ever seen. He had some really cool hair. So basically, he was real nice. I went and hung out with him, and we had to pick strawberries for like 4 hours, 4.5 hours, and we couldn't find any berries. Like, we struggled to find berries. Like, the berries were not good at all, and that was pretty bad. And there's some other kids there. There were kids from group homes were there for some reason, and a lot of them had like autism or Down syndrome or something. So there was about 40 some kids there, and they wouldn't. This cold lady that I was talking about, she would not let us put our kit bags in the barn, so we had to leave them at the bottom of the field, and the field's kind of like on a slope, so we left them at the bottom of the field. And it started to pour rain really, really bad, and she wouldn't let us go in the barn. So I go down and try to look at my phone, and my phone is drenched. I like couldn't get it to turn on, so I finally got it to turn on. And then a kid next to me, her kit bag kind of had like a puddle formed around it, and her phone wouldn't turn on, and as far as I know, it never did turn on again. It was drenched, like really drenched, like almost submerged. So she wouldn't let us leave our kit bags in the barn, which was weird. And we couldn't find any berries, so I managed to fill 2 crates of berries, and I was supposed to get $10, and the next 2 days later, we drove out there again, because I decided I wasn't going to go back, because it was a really shitty experience, and she handed me this envelope with only $8 in it. $8. I was supposed to get 10. So I'm like, well, how come I didn't get $10? And she's like, well, you didn't really work fast enough, and like you didn't have a lot of berries. And then the other kids were there, and they weren't getting paid their amount either. And when I was down in the field, the kids found out that I was from a different high school than them. I'm from a high school in the country. They're city kids. So they got all weird and aggressive and started throwing rocks at me for no reason. Because they thought I was some kind of like country hick or something. So that was interesting. And I'm never going back to Woods Nursery. I got paid horribly. Like, I was there for 4 fucking hours. 4.5 hours. And got $8. 4.5 hours. On my knees picking strawberries in the rain with bugs and shit everywhere. Like, this is the crappiest job I've ever had in my life. And hopefully I don't ever have to do it again. But that was just interesting, I guess. So that's my interesting experience for this week.